Have a long neck.
You look like an alpaca.
I spit like llamas spit, right? Is it llamas or alpacas that spit?
Doesn't matter. I usually
matter.
anyway.
Damn, right off the rip, $25 from Mark. Larry's home safe and sound. Scoop him up a nice treat. Yes, we do have some great news. We found Larry the Bird, and no, we're not talking about the basketball player. Our man Larry, he has been found. He is home safe. And so in honor of Larry today, I wore my Big Rob shirt. Anyways, what is going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts today. And today, like every day, we are coming at you from our studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with our daily, only on the weekdays, but sometimes randomly streaming on the weekends live shows. Before we get into the content, quick disclaimer, nothing that's said on this channel should be taken as financial advice. So please, as always, do your own research. Speaking of content today, we're talking about Bitcoin's price action. Where is it going? Is it in danger of another big capitulation? What are the charts saying? We'll talk about that. Plus, EU to halt or ban crypto mining in the next few weeks. We'll talk about that. But before we can talk about that, I'm going to introduce you to your other co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. It's fair time checking us out. We are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, and we package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do live streams. We also film on location at multiple conventions that happen to stop here in Las Vegas, and when we also have time to travel and money to travel. And we also do deep dives, YouTube shorts, active on social media. So make sure you check out all of the other Sin City Crypto content, which you will not miss if you have your notification bell checked. Also, another thing that we ask all of our viewers is to hit that like button. Not only do I have the most amazing like button sign ever created across all platforms.
What's a bigger accomplishment, that sign or Homecoming King?
You guys, if you did not know.
No, we know. We don't need to know.
No. Some people might not know. Some people might not know.
They know.
No,
Listen. It was 2002, Granby High School, Norfolk, Virginia. Your boy, Big Rob, Homecoming King, one of my greatest accomplishments. You know what? I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for...
I like to thank the council that voted me. The girl that said yes.
Do you know how, you think I got a big head now? You should have seen when I won that thing, how big your boy head was. I mean, this thing was, couldn't even put a hat on.
Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah.
You watched that show?
You remember Hey Arnold? That dude with the football head? Yeah. Kind of like that.
That was a good show. So was Cat Dog.
Whatever happened to all those like Nickelodeon shows? Now it's like
they're coming back as NFTs.
It is true.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've all been replaced with... was it the Paw Patrol and like Dora the Explorer?
You leave Paw Patrol out of this. Marshall is the man.
Paw Patrol's on a roll. That's right.
Anyways,
so real quick, let's get right into the community love. And first up in the chat today, we got Marky Mark. As we mentioned, dropping a $25 super chat as well. Round of applause for Marky Mark. Double round of applause. That's right. And then we also got Stereo 2. We got Brokioshi, Crit Cats. And then we got Why You Loud Gang, Jimmy, Big Chili Willie, Noel. And then also Tox, Jason. We got Bubba's, K Factor, Robert Salazar, Luis. We got Sean Burns, Crypto 420, K Factor, Sean C. We got double Sean's up in here. And then Ari Dango, Bullish Kenny G, Vegas Freeballer. And we got Liquidated Shorts, Crypto Billionaire. It seems to be he's new in here. Well, he's here. He's a new regular now. And then we got
like regulars.
Yazin Breakfast. We got who else? I think we got Atomic Atom and
Your True Love.
And
no, Your True Love.
If you are new here,
you just dump Your True Love
and fire it up. And then if you're new here, say hola so we can say hola right back at you. Do we have 2 Atomic Atoms?
No.
Look, we got Atomic Atom FP, Atomic Atom Crypto.
What are the odds?
Is he in here with two accounts?
If you
I'm
are,
gonna drop another super chat
Damn it.
too.
oh yeah,
Damn,
Big
big-
Chili Willie.
Big Chili Willie with a 20 piece. He said a few cold ones for Larry. Guys, if you watched yesterday's show, I was a little emotional. And, why? Because, the community has gotten to know Larry, who is my Quaker parrot, as his breed is called. And, most people have a best friend is the dog. You always hear man's best friend. My best friend, honestly, is a bird.
That was not me.
I have a I have a cat, I have a dog, but my one homie, the guy I spend every morning with making coffee, is Larry. So apparently he flew away. He flew into some other lady's house, hung out there for a little while, and then went batshit crazy and tore up the house. She called animal control. They took him away, and then I got a hold of him at animal control and brought him home. So
Cool.
Larry's home.
Larry's home.
Also, the main.
We got Domain Hamilton. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto and XRP Marshall's. To see you.
XRP.
So there we go. I'm enthusiastic. My bird was gone for 48 hours. I thought he was gone. I didn't think he was coming back. So
Well, he back.
he's back.
There we go.
You know,
So that's your answer about Atomic Adams. He has 2 YouTube.
He does have two.
Okay. Got it.
Guys, I want to apologize to our community.
What did you do now?
I did not win yesterday. I don't have the gift of gab like Robin over here, just babbling for 5 minutes straight. I can't do it. But I get straight to the point and I drop knowledge, which is what I did. So, anyways, if you're in there, you guys, thank you so much. Our community, you guys are one of a kind. We love you. And with that being said, I want to start with something I retweeted. By the way, if you are not following us on Twitter, why? Why you're not following us on Twitter? Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at SinCityCrypto1. And I reposted this yesterday. That Africans will reach 2.3 to 2.8 billion people and will have a third of the world's youth in the next 28 years. And if we click on this here, youngest countries in the world, 19 of them are in Africa. 24 out of 25 of the fastest growing populations are in Africa. 17 out of 20 of the fastest growing cities are in Africa. 75% of the African population is under 35 years old, and their median age is 18.8. Why is this interesting? Why is this important? One, we talk about old money versus new money, right? The older generation, most of them are stuck in their ways. Traditional stock market, gold, precious metals. You start seeing that the 40-year-olds and down. I'm not saying there's not anomalies. I'm not saying there's not people in their 50s, 60s, or 70s who understand and like crypto, but on a more zoomed out, like general sense, the younger generation is what kind of is drawn more to technology, more to blockchain, more to crypto. And what is the one project that is building and spending time and money and resources in Africa? Robin?
That would be Cardano.
That would be Cardano.
Yeah.
So,
I'll expand on your kind of demographics here. So historically, if you look at the labor force in terms of production, when it comes to the massive population, the countries that ultimately produce the goods for the world have an opportunity to succeed economically. So if you look back, U.S. During the Industrial Revolution, the U.S. had a massive amount of population that could fuel a lot of the production for the goods around the world. And once we got established, and then once you had these trade unions and cheap labor kind of left America, went to China, and you saw that China in the 90s or even the late 80s was not an economic powerhouse that it is now. But everything, if you were, if you're kind of my age growing up, when you're a child, you always heard everything was made in China. is, but a lot of that production has moved elsewhere as well because the cost of production in China is not where it used to be. But if you control production, you can also control prices, and you have an amazing GDP. And if you were to take kind of that similar model and you were to forecast, where does the next emerging markets, the continent of South America is exploding. And, they don't have the infrastructure of technology already built out there in the same way that you have here in the United States. So they have an opportunity to take an emerging technology, build it from the ground up, and then run with it. And they have the population as well. And so if you start seeing, which we are seeing right now, the production of goods around the world concentrated in African countries, you couple that with blockchain technology and in that banking, because they've been a lot of African countries and a lot of the population there has been they've been held on the outside when it comes to banking and identification. And so blockchain fixes that. And so if you were to take the production, the population, and couple that with blockchain technology, 20 years from now, we could be talking about the dominance of African countries around the world and how they are pretty much, the next China, right?
Yeah.
And so something to keep an eye out on. And hey, if that were to play out kind of in the same way I described, think about the potential that a blockchain that is an early adopter in that continent, Cardano, what that would do for the chain, for its community and utility as well. So super bullish when you kind of zoom out and look at the metrics on that side. So,
and someone brought up infrastructure. Well, that's it's kind of what Cardano's doing. So
yeah, Cardano. We won't bore you to death, but they are partnered with the education department. I don't remember the exact term, but in Kenya. And they have identification that goes to all middle school and high school students. So they have their transcripts and their identification tied to the blockchain. And so a lot of frustration that people have had when they're, like, say, a transfer student, because a lot of kids like to come to Ivy League schools here in the U.S. It is notoriously difficult to get transcripts from small schools in third world countries or in countries in Africa and have those readily available. If it's on the blockchain, can't be deleted. You don't have to worry about somebody's server getting taken down and all of a sudden your transcripts are gone. They're forever immutable and it can be pulled up at any point in time at the speed of light through the grace of God and the internet. So anyways, yeah, super bullish on that. Taking a quick look at the overall markets, we are, let's see here. We have Bitcoin sitting at $19,408. So a little bit in the, a little rally in the last 2 days. So
by little, he means like very little.
Yeah, realistically, I can sit here and say little, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you zoom out to the 3-month window and you were to take a look here, I know you got some charts on this, but ever since, was it August? Since like the last week of August, till now, we've been at this 20K zone. We were above 20K for a couple weeks, dropped underneath it, bounced back up. Anyways, seems as though 20K is now in a pretty big resistance. And so will we flip it, make higher highs off of the 20K? I don't know. That's what we'll discuss here in a little bit. And then also we're going to take a peek at the other currencies out there in the crypto land. Ethereum, $1,300. Good to see that this flipped. I know this was under 13K, so I was a little concerned that this was going to, head back down to 1,100 or, or maybe even that $1,000 mark. We discussed that yesterday with Gareth. He does say that if you watched yesterday's video, that if we lose this support, this I think it was like $1,250 was kind of this support level. If we were to go under that, and the next stop down is basically $1,000 on Ethereum. And then also taking a look, it's kind of funny that Gareth was talking about Near protocol being a little overextended because some of the excuse me, quant being overextended. Taking a look at it, 5% pullback today, which if you're watching yesterday, make sure you don't miss any of our shows because we were kind of saying this was in the cards here as well. And then taking a look at the crypto bubbles here. 1 second. So on the day, Casper down 11%. This had a big rally. Something that, let's do a deep dive on Casper. We'll get a little bit more info on you. All I know off the top of my head is that it is a layer 1 smart contract platform. A lot of potential, pretty good development team behind it. A groundbreaking ICO that came out in 2020. So if you were to take a look at, they're still up 32% for the 32% for the week. They were in the, I think they were around the 150 range on the CoinMarketCap list. And so if you take a look where they're at now, they're in the top 100, number 75. So in contrast to the broader market, if you look here, this was their ICO release. As I said, it came in massively overvalued, which is kind of typical of an ICO launching in the bull market. Was at $1.33. It is down to 4 cents. So if it were to reach the $1.33 mark, I mean, you're talking, I mean, what's that, like a 50x? No, something like that.
From where?
4 cents.
The dollar?
So 10x, yeah, so probably a 25x, something like that, to get to $1.30.
Sounds about right.
So now this chart here looks pretty, this is the rally here though. If you were to extrapolate this out from June, so you can see it did have a pretty big rally, but if you're looking to get in, I mean, this is still a great time to get in if this is a project you're interested in. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more research to find out what's going on in their ecosystem here in the coming weeks. Now, taking a look at the broader markets, another green day in the stock markets. We have the NASDAQ up 1.22%. This is following a 3% gain yesterday. So is this an overall reversal in the macroeconomics in legacy finance, and which will most undoubtedly pour over into crypto? And everyone has been talking about, we are expecting with the midterms coming up to have big rally in all markets. And this is, a great time for a bounce in the market. And, historically, September has been a pretty bullish month, and it came in as one of the most historical.
Well, September is actually usually a bearish month. I think you got it twisted. I think October. You mean October?
No. September is usually a bullish month
for stocks.
For stocks outside of midterm years. And so, just if you were to look, and what happened was it came in bearish, and then so now I think that maybe because we had a bearish month there, bullish. Maybe now we get a bullish month, especially with the midterms coming up. Now let's get some more. We're a little lagging. Where's all the viewers? Yesterday we cracked 200. We're only at 50 viewers today. So we also got a couple super chats as well. So Bullish Kenny G with a $2 sticker there as well, or super chat. Larry Bird Buckets, that's right. And then also Jason dropped a $5 sticker as well. Okay. So much love to you guys, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's all I got there. What else we got in store today there?
So just real quick on the traditional side. So when I talk about economy's bad, companies aren't making money. Well, guess who is making money, and a lot of money since the Fed started raising interest rate is U.S. banks. It made $100 billion extra just from interest rate hikes. Okay. Bank of America saw a jump of 24% in its net interest income to $14 billion. JP Morgan Chase saw 51%, bringing in $57 billion. Citigroup, 18%, $12.6 billion. And Wells Fargo, which I hate all banks, but Wells Fargo I hate the most, saw its net interest income jump 36% to 12.
What do you got against Wells Fargo? I'm curious. Is there a backstory to this?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. I want to know. I can't talk about it.
Did they deny a credit card for you?
A large shipment of barbecue sauce was on sale, and they blocked my transaction.
That's messed up.
It's like you were at Costco trying to buy a 4-pack of gallon barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
imported from Italy, you know? So
Happen all the time.
Italy's known for their barbecue sauce. Yes,
they are, yeah. Very good. So, guys, everyone but Banks apparently is hurting. I mean, these numbers are astounding. I mean, what do you, I mean, are you surprised?
No, not at all. You know, where is inflation funneling? You know, you had all of this extra printing, right? You had all of this money injected into the economy. We printed over $6 trillion. Let me tell you, are you feeling more wealthy than you did when we printed and airdropped all those checks to everybody?
In my heart, I feel wealthy.
In your
So the
account?
answer is no.
In your Wells Fargo account? Is it healthy?
I don't have a Wells Fargo account. I told you I hate Wells Fargo.
So, guys, the money was airdropped to the people, and then it funneled its way to Walmart. It funneled its way to Bank of America. It funneled its way to all, you know, basically the vacuum cleaner of corporate powerhouses. Took all of that and pocketed it, and that's why you're seeing. That's why, you know, it's funny when we talk about recession. They're like, oh, the job market's so strong. Well, all the baby boomers, they also retired. We've also have a halting of refugees here in the States, and immigration is at all-time low if you were to look at a 10-year window. And so you have less people coming in from everywhere. You had the largest bank of the largest population retiring. And then on top of that, so you have the unemployment is down historically. We're at I think 4%, and that's what they're hanging their hats on. They're like, we're not in a recession because labor market. Okay, cool. Well, can make an argument. We have a great labor force because the labor force retired, and then on top of that, they also the second point that the U.S. government, the Fed, they always say, hey, we're not in a recession. First of all, we are in a recession, but anyways, they keep saying, well, corporate profits are up. Well, you know what? You printed a ton of money, and where'd all that money go? Right to the corporate, to the top 500 companies. That's where the money went. And so I think it's laughable when we discuss being not in a recession, and the two metrics they hang their hats on can easily be debunked, right?
Well, if you just look at the bank profits, we're definitely not in a recession.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. For the banks aren't in a recession, but the gas tank, the person making the median salary that can't barely afford an apartment, you know, mom and dad both have to go to work and trying to find the cheapest babysitter possible. Like, that's real. And that's not. I don't care what you say. That is recession. Like, you can't afford to buy groceries. Inflation has hit is over 10% for grocery store purchases. You're supposed to the grocery store cooking at home is supposed to be your safe haven. You know, everyone knows it's more expensive to go eat out. Well, you know what? It's more expensive to cook at home now too.
Yeah,
But you know who's profiting? Bank of America, Wells Fargo. How you doing? Can y'all airdrop some back to me?
Yeah, right. All right, let's get into some charts. So I have the Bitcoin chart pulled up. This is the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin. We see we have this nice little falling wedge here, but and this kind of goes back to July 26th. So been in this big pattern, but if you kind of take a look closer to the macro here, I can easily draw just a straight line across, and we can call this a descending triangle, which with descending triangles, they do typically break to the downside. If we do break to the downside outside here, I would expect us to test this line here, which would put us right at 17K, which would be new cycle lows, right? The previous low we got to was 17.5. So if we break to the downside, right, we can see $17,000 flat. But good news, and I'll kind of show you what happened on another on an altcoin, kind of the same scenario. But if we stay within the kind of the more of the macro pattern here, the falling wedge, those do typically break to the upside. And again, what you want to see, and you can see over the last few hours, over the last couple of days, we've been knocking on the door here. We've been knocking on this trend line's door, haven't been able to break above and make some. You can see here, we almost wicked up there once, broke above briefly, came right back down. Same thing, got rejected, came down, If we do at least test this upper trend line, you're looking at 19,600. But we want to see again, break above, come back, make support, stay here for take off. 25.5 would be my first stop. And then after that, if we do continue to go up,
So it looks like, was it 19.6? So if we could stay above 19.6 and
for at least I want to say a couple days.
So basically get ever closer to the 20K mark. What's the bottom side? Like what is the number, the target? So if it were to break under, what's that, 18.4?
So this
So if it were to
here
break
is
under
18.4,
bounce, come back up, confirm, and bounce down.
So if so, here would be a good trade, and this is not financial advice, but if we do test this lower trend line here, 1, 2, 3, 4 times we kind of touched and bounced off. We wicked down and we closed below, I think once or twice. But this is a pretty decent level for Bitcoin, 18,400. So it's not financial advice, but if you're a swing trader, you like to scalp profits, this would be a great area to pick some Bitcoin up, whether you leverage trade or not. Would definitely not recommend leverage trading if you've never done it before, if you're not comfortable. It is very, very risky. But if you're a veteran in the space and you like leverage trading, 18.4
You can always get
point.
practice as well.
Yeah.
You can use play money.
Forrest made a great video on how to literally like just $1 at a time, $100, $1 at a time, get comfortable, figure out what you're good at, figure out what patterns you're good at identifying, and then at that point, figure out where your profit levels are, and then start upping your bets. All right, let's swap. So swapping over to I want to take a look at quant. So this is the 1 hour on quant, and so quant's retracing, right? Nothing goes up forever. So if I throw up on the fib, and we take the lowest point of this, where we kind of started the rally from $140. We take it all the way up to $226. And if I stretch this out, you can kind of see the levels. So we're making support at the 38 retracement level here, which is great. The next one, which we saw a lot of consolidation at, was $183. And so that's the 50% level on the fibs. So those are some levels to look out for. If we do break up again, we should see resistance right around $206. And then with Matic, okay, so this kind of looks like the Bitcoin chart, right? So, but this is on the 4 hour on Matic. Matic's been on this downtrend line for a while, right? It's been knocking on the door a few times, finally broke above, right? Finally broke above yesterday. And broke above, we saw a few nice green candles, and now it looks like we're kind of starting to come down again. And if I do the same thing, right? If I do the same thing, if I throw the fib retracement, the Fibonacci retracement on, we take the lowest point of this move from 71 cents to where we just peaked at 87 cents. I mean, you can see we tested the 23% level pretty clean. I mean, that's about as clean as it gets when you talk about fib retracement. The next level you'd look at would be the 38% level, which kind of coincides with the trend line back on the 14th of October, which was on Friday. We wicked up there, and so this would be a decent level to get in on Matic, the 50% level, or sorry, the 38% level, which put us right at 81 cents. So 4 cents away, but Matic, we are, me personally, I know Robin is too, super bullish on Matic long term. So for us, I don't know about Robin, but for me personally, I don't swing trade Matic. I just keep adding to my bags. I do believe in Matic. And then want to take a look at the coin market calendar. What are some of the biggest happenings going around in the cryptocurrency space? So you have a YouTube and Twitter AMA for Zilliqa. If you're a Zilliqa fan, they will be doing that on the 20th of October, so in 2 days. Also, Litecoin Summit, Las Vegas, Nevada, October 21st and 22nd. You have, I believe, Tom Crown is going to be the MC. You have Chris Rice from Rice TV, Crypto Blood. They're actually going to be joining us in studio Thursday and Friday. And so Litecoin Summit, I believe we are going to it. Right, Robin?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if we're going to make both days, but we'll definitely be in attendance. I'm glad you bring up Litecoin Summit because we actually have Mike here in-house who runs a local Las Vegas meetup. He also is going to be in attendance here at Litecoin Summit. Mike, what's up, man? Welcome to the studio.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me in Sin City Crypto.
Yeah.
I run the local meetup here, Vegas Crypto, so it'd be kind of a sin if we didn't collaborate a little bit.
Yeah, sure, man.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah. So yeah. Why don't you we'll get into some of the things that you're running and in also in partnership with. Guys, if you are here in Las Vegas, we have a local meetup. So they usually meet up was about like once every couple months. Generally?
Once a month.
Once a month. So once a month, there's a meetup here in town. So if you want to know who is who of Las Vegas crypto personalities, we'll give a little bit more information on that here in a second. But make sure you guys come out and support the local community. Also, you're going to be at the Litecoin Summit as well, right?
Yeah, we're doing Litecoin Summit,
and
Coin
then lastly,
Agenda.
you got your virtual summit as well.
Yeah. Well,
So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about all that stuff, and
Thanks
maybe
for-
start with the local, and then yeah.
Well, thanks for plugging all that. Hey, everyone. I'm Mike. You might know me as Life Size Box. The reason I go by Life Size Box is because I encourage people to think outside the box. Sometimes we build life-size boxes, and so, good to think outside the box. You can find me on Twitter at Life Size Box, and of course, if you're ever in Vegas, and everyone comes to Vegas, and we have all the technology conferences, we have the Litecoin Summit, we have Coin Agenda, and so if you're in Vegas, look up Vegas Crypto on Meetup or go to vegascryptogroup.com. Check that out for our meetups. We have a meetup on Thursday. It's a Litecoin Summit kickoff. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the Litecoin Summit. We've got 2 tickets to Coin Agenda that we're giving away as well. We've got a prize wheel. Bobby Lee from Bally Wallet has been kind enough to give us some Litecoin gift cards. So we're doing all of that. It's going to be a great time. Good food, good people. That's what it's all about. We have a friendly and knowledgeable group out here in Vegas, and everyone is invited.
Did you say food?
Food, bro.
Well,
free
you know
food.
who's definitely going to be there now.
Bro, I'm saying.
You know,
Right?
boy,
Kyler's next to me laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
man,
dude.
you know what? It's kind of sad because I will. No, we can't see it. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There, we got Kyler in the house
My
too.
man.
so.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what's going on. I could literally be having an interview with the president, and you bring some scones in the building. I'm gonna be like,
On. It's on.
Mr. President, give me a second.
He's really not kidding, guys.
I'm gonna gallop over there and grab a scone, bro. I'm like, hey, man. First of all, you can't turn down a good scone. So you know that right now.
And kind of talking about meetups, as our community gets bigger, we will definitely be collaborating with Mike on some of the meetups and probably do our own too.
The thing is what we're trying to do, what we're trying to be known for in the crypto space. We want to be the go-to destination if you are in crypto and you come to Vegas. We want to be on the checklist. Like, hey, you're coming to Vegas. Everybody comes to Vegas at least once a year. If you're a prominent figure in crypto and even finance. And so if that's the case, you're here, you got clout or whatever it is, or you're a respected member, or hey, if you're a community member and you're in town, hey, come by the studio. This is a must stop. And we'll roll out the red carpet, and we'll hang out. And if you're a content creator, we would love to have you in here. You can use our internet, because I know a lot of people, these hotels don't offer good enough internet. Also, just a quick shout out. We got a couple new people. We got El Burro. We got San Soy, Anthony Barbacoa.
San Soy.
And then what else we got? And we got Alex81 all up in here, new in the chat. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. And
Sean Burns, been a member for 2 months, said, will there be barbecue chicken pizza at Litecoin? I won't be there if there isn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Barbecue chicken pizza. That sounds really good, actually. Go to CPK after this.
so we're really excited about the Litecoin Summit. I know David might not be the biggest supporter of Litecoin, but
Hey, man, if there's people to network with, I'll go.
hey, man, you know what?
I'm not going to listen to any Litecoin deep dives, but
Maybe you'll get Litecoin pilled, and all of a sudden you'll go down the Litecoin rabbit hole.
It can happen. It can happen. What if there's free food?
There we go.
that's
I mean,
Robin.
come
I
on.
don't care about free food.
Come on, baby. Come on.
That's right.
I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not like going to go out of my way to.
That's
to
true.
go
If you're
eat
there,
food.
if you're there. We used to call it the shrimp index because in 2017, 2018, we have mounds of shrimp and amazing food. And then as
do
the
love
bear
shrimp.
market hit, the food went away.
Yeah.
So,
Now it's not shrimp, it's Pop Tarts.
no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all you get. Here's a cheese.
Yeah. The free bread in restaurants are gone too. Inflation and COVID
telling you.
knocked that one out. I was like, you get some chips and salsa nowadays, and you're like, woo.
Hey, how about
Yeah,
it?
now you got to pay for
I'll
that stuff.
take it.
The waiter will come up like, hey, you got any bread? Like, yeah, it's be $12. I'm like, okay.
Also, I mean, I guess, he like pronunciated his last name. Barbatsolis.
There you go.
Barbatsolis.
Gotta get it right.
I kind of like barbacoa. If you don't like barbacoa, we'll stop calling you that. But if you're okay with barbacoa, we'd like to move forward with barbacoa. All right.
Hey, don't forget, Litecoin was realistically the first altcoin, or the one that actually caught traction. So hey, man, before that it was Bitcoin. That was it.
And now we have no idea why Litecoin continues to be in the top 30. So, anyways,
Hey, easy now on Litecoin. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. I mean, every altcoin has its own. You got to give it some time. Give it some time.
How much time?
Charlie
It's been
Lee's
around
not
since
messing around.
2014.
He's not messing around. If I could be honest, I prefer to transact in Litecoin rather over Bitcoin if I'm just sending it because it seems to happen so much faster.
Yeah. It's when comparing Litecoin and Bitcoin, it is more efficient with a new focus on security and privacy as well. With the Mimblewimble upgrade that went off about 2 months ago.
Privacy is key, bro.
Yeah,
Privacy is key. Let me jump in real quick. I just want to remind people of the crypto mindset reset. You probably saw it on the screen there. That's our virtual summit. That's half the reason why I'm here today. Just want to let everybody know, November 8th and 9th. mindsetreset.com. It's actually Crypto Mindset Reset, no duh. But go to cryptomindsetreset.com, guys. I really appreciate it.
It's a free summit, right?
The free summit, guys. We're covering privacy, so that's a huge issue for me, and that's another point for Litecoin that I like. At least Litecoin looks at that. Bitcoin, they're still working on it, but it's important, and we have some great speakers and some great workshops. We're going to talk about how to avoid crypto scams. We're going to talk about security, so how to keep your coins safe. It's incredible. We're talking about the metaverse, NFTs. It's an incredible summit. So I really hope you guys are able to come out and check it out. CryptoMindsetReset.com.
Well, let me tell you, man, the conventions and the summits generally they about start at like $500 for the cheapest ones, and then a lot of these. If you can be upwards of $2,000 to $5,000 to attend a convention. So a lot of people are priced out of attending these. So why not save on the airfare, save on the travel, and go join one virtually, and it doesn't cost you anything. So.
Exactly. I really appreciate that. That's a good point. Coin Agenda is $2,000 to join. So if you want to go to some of these conventions, they're pretty pricey. That's why I wanted to do it for free. I mean, that's what we need to get as many people in as possible. People need to learn about crypto, and even if you already know about crypto, you definitely there's room to grow. There always is. I also, while I have the mic, I just want to give shouts out to New World Crypto. Sean, thank you so much for sharing our posts and being a part of the community. You're a good dude. And of course, hello to all the viewers of Sin City Crypto. Much appreciated for you guys watching.
Awesome.
Thank you, yeah, we love Sean here, man. He's been part of our team since the early days when we had like 10 viewers in our, not far off there today. I don't really know what's going on. We're only at 50 viewers. Where are y'all at?
We're about to kick this thing off.
Look, everybody, log in a second account.
Do accounts.
Yo, log in a second account. We'll get to 100 viewers. Stop playing around. Don't make me throw this light sign at your face.
They get a Litecoin sign. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I have something interesting I want to talk about. So I pulled up a tweet from CoinGecko, right? Magic Eden, the largest NFT marketplace on Solana, no longer requires traders to pay creator royalties. So if you're not familiar with how this looks, there's when you on the secondary market, you have a transaction fee and a creator royalty fee. They can range from 2.5%. Some are as high as 7.5%, 10%. So what happens is when you sell, you pay. Let's just say it's 2.5%. 2.5% fee that goes to the creator, the founder of the NFT project you're transacting, and then there's a transaction fee that the secondary marketplace takes. So there's a movement happening to where people are saying they don't want to pay these creator royalty fees. And a lot of these marketplaces like Magic Eden, I believe DYDX is doing the same thing. OpenSea's talked about it. And it seems like it's kind of on the middle, but there's definitely a conversation to be had on either side. My thing is, I think creator royalties are necessary. I think it's important. I think it's necessary. Like, think about it this way. The Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? Yuga Labs, they made tenfold the amount of money on secondary market royalty fees than they did on the mint. So what you're gonna see happen is a trickle-down effect. If these creator royalty fees go away, you're gonna have these project founders increase the price of their mint, right? And on top of that, what incentive are they gonna have to continue to build their project? Right? If you
transaction fees, bro.
that they don't get transaction fees. The marketplace gets their transaction fees. OpenSea gets their transaction fees. Magic Eden gets their transaction fees.
So doesn't like the Bored Apes, don't they collect millions of dollars in transaction
on creator royalty fees, which is what we're talking about.
But isn't that royalty fee that royalty fee's on every transaction though, right? Every time.
Correct, but
So technically the royalty fee and the transaction fee are kind of tied together, right?
Well, they're two separate.
So they're two separate. But if I were to
go to
buy,
two separate places.
Yeah, if I were to buy an NFT right now, the fees, some of it goes to the royalty, which would be
to the creators,
the creator, and then okay,
some go to.
So
right.
why isn't Magic Eden cutting out the transaction fee?
Really?
I'm just saying, if you're concerned about like lowering prices for the consumer, why are you cutting the profit for the creator, and yet the marketplace that's selling them isn't cutting anything? It would be, you know what would make sense? Like, hey,
they're making it optional apparently.
Well, why don't they make it an option to cut out the transaction fee for the
come on, bro, they're not going to.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, I just think it's a flawed business model, and you know what? You do crap like that, the next marketplace is going to be like, yo, list on our marketplace, list your NFTs here, and you'll have more liquidity, more people will launch on those platforms, and perhaps I'm telling you, the free market follows business and profits.
And here's the thing too, guys, you got to think, if you get into an NFT project and you are expecting utility, you're expecting growth, you're expecting new things to happen, within the project, like they need those royalty fees to continue to come in to be able to fund these projects moving forward. Or else what you're going to have happen is you're going to have all these, projects and founders go out and try to raise capital through VC, or raise capital and give percentage of what away. And now you're essentially under the control of a venture capital firm. And that's something we don't want to see. And so it's an interesting viewpoint. And like I said, some people are for it, some people are against it. For me personally, I don't mind paying the creator royalty fee. I know it gets up there as far as price and expenses, but if the money is going to the brand, to the resources are flowing into the project to make it better, I have no issue doing it.
It's like paying taxes, You go to buy a new car, you got to pay a lot of taxes. You know what? You buy a $2,000 NFT, pay the creator. They're the ones that made it, right? I think it's the cost of doing business. In the same way that if I go to the store and let's just say I buy a Fisher-Price toy, does Walmart give profits to Fisher-Price? Obviously, they're paying above cost, right? So what incentive does somebody have in a traditional business market? If I create an art piece, if I create a piece of art and I were to sell it, what right do you have to stop me from making profits? Now, the same way you can look at any retail business model and be like, hey, I'll sell you this Cadillac converter. Of course, I'm going to sell it to you for a profit, right? It costs X amount of money to make it. I need to pay my employees to build this thing. And you know what? These NFT platforms, they have overhead. This art doesn't just draw itself for free. You have marketing. They need to cover their expenses. So you wanna play around in the NFT space, you gotta pay royalties. You gotta pay the people that made it. And these I think it's just funny how this company out here wants to sit here and make it optional to pay the creator, but yet they don't make it optional to pay their own transaction fees.
Well, how are they going to run the platform?
I'm just saying, dude. I'm not saying get rid of. I'm just saying that why are you cutting out? It's just greedy, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's greedy, and I don't like it. That's all. That's where I'm getting at. Also, quick insight here. You know, with Larry when he flew away,
You sold your NFT?
I was mad. I was like, man, I'm about. I can't. I don't want to like. So, anyways, I got my Larry NFT here on my watch. You can see here. Anyway, Larry. Anyways, I was like, man, I might have to sell this thing, man. I don't want to look at it all day. Break my heart.
You would have made money.
Yeah. Anyways, man, you know what? NFT's up. I bought this thing for half an ETH. It's at it was as high yesterday as 1.5. Oh, 3x, huh?
What are the odds?
You know?
What are the odds?
Floor price 1.4 right now. So big rally on this one.
Dude, there's people that literally spend hours
This is $2,000
researching projects, right? Researching projects.
You know what's funny is I
Trying
paid
to flip, and they lose
$800 for Larry. I paid $800 for Larry, and the NFT of Larry is now worth $2,000. Just so,
You could sell Larry with the NFT.
yeah.
Anyways.
And then also, getting into the NFT space, there's a couple things. So a little nostalgia here. If you were following us on Twitter, you might have seen that I picked up our FIFA World Cup Panini book here. So something I used to focus here. So anyways, something I used to collect when I was little. So every World Cup, I would get these stickers, and so basically a sticker book has each individual team, and they sell them at Walgreens if you're here in the U.S. Anyways, you have. And then here's your Portuguese. Hola! So you can see the Portuguese players here. So anyways, the reason I want to bring this up, not only is it cool, it's nostalgic, it's something I do every World Cup.
I can show it if you want to. I can zoom it in if you want me to.
Okay, no, it's fine. That's all I'm going to show. But this, the Panini, which is the creator. So if you're living abroad, Panini is the leader in sports card memorabilia. They're the ones that do a lot of the soccer cards overseas. Oh, here in the U.S. too, but they have a big marketplace overseas. And taking a look, so if you're interested in the World Cup NFTs, Panini does offer NFTs, as you can see here, which in similar format that you would get for cards. You can buy packs of cards. So if you go to the store here.
Oh, Tom Crown's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Tom?
What's up, brother?
We are, we are linking up with Tom, and we will bring him on our show one day.
Yeah.
Do some TA.
Tom, we got Crypto Blood and Rice TV coming in the studio Thursday, Friday. So if you want to team up and if you have time, I know you're MCing down there at the Litecoin Summit. But if you have time, stop by our studio. We'll warm up a nice seat for you. But so you have this, and for some reason it's not pulling up. Anyways, you can buy packs of cards here. They also have football as well. So they're not just known for the soccer, but if you want to, the World Cup's coming up in November, so next month, and so if you're a passionate soccer fan, definitely a good time.
If you're gonna watch the World Cup, put a 1 in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. It's in
watching.
Qatar this year, which I didn't even really know anything about Qatar until they won the bid.
Me neither.
And that was like a big controversy.
Guess where it's gonna be in 2026?
In U.S., huh?
USA.
Go.
We're going to a game. All right, let's pivot. Someone said I was saying pivot a lot yesterday. All right, so this was in the title of our video. The EU Commission warns crypto mining may be halted. This source from the block. EU's member states must prepare to halt crypto mining, quote, in case there is a need for load shedding in the electricity systems. The Commission wants EU members to look into ending current tax breaks and subsidies for proof-of-work miners. There is also a proposal to introduce a rating system for crypto, which will roll out in 2025 if approved. Now, Germany, excuse me, Germany is the leading country in the EU for Bitcoin hash rate, coming in just under 4%. And we all know the what's going on and what's going to be going on in Germany when it comes to energy prices and gas and oil. Is this a cause for concern? There's not a lot of hash power that comes out of Europe, but there's a decent amount.
If there's a situation, because they're talking about, they're rolling out like blankets in schools, and they're talking about like cutting back energy and heat in the school system. And I just think realistically, you shouldn't be running Bitcoin miners if your kids are wearing blankets, right? In the middle of the winter.
I mean,
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. You know, when push come to shove, you know, you got to make sure that power's on for the general public, for the masses. And then after that, go into corporations, Bitcoin mining, technology, you know, servers, things of that nature. But definitely when it comes to human lives, Bitcoin takes a back seat.
now, what are your thoughts on the whole?
But the good thing is that Bitcoin's network can be turned off and flipped right back on without skipping a beat. And so unlike other companies where you power things down, it is painstakingly, it's a
Painstakingly difficult.
Yeah, to turn everything back on. I know I was listening to some podcasts and we're talking about the difficulties of starting a steel refinery. And so if you were to close that down, it's like a week process to get everything back up and running. And so Bitcoin, on the other hand, you just turn it off, and then, hey, as soon as you get green light to, you know, cut back on, boom, you're back on. Minutes later, you're generating revenue. Yeah. Yeah, because at any point in time, you can just power down.
Well, the Bitcoiners, miners keep the room warm. They keep the room warm. So if you're, I mean, they're not going to die of the cold.
Oh yeah, the miners themselves be fine. But you know, when it comes to the power grid, if you know, if you do need to cut back, and you know, if there's a strain on the grid,
It's not because Bitcoin. I would just like to say it's there's so many other reasons.
Yeah, 100%.
Bitcoin is not causing global warming, people.
But they can put a strain on a grid.
Your toaster and your washers in particular in the dryer. So don't be doing laundry. Next time you do laundry, a child's gonna die. No, it's not like that.
Look,
Please don't blame Bitcoin for that.
Bitcoin.
It's not. Here's the thing. It's not Bitcoin, but that is the beauty when it comes to Bitcoin, is that at any point in time you can power down.
That's the beauty of decentralization.
Yeah, and so it just makes it ever more flexible. And you know, good luck asking Amazon Web Services to power down.
They're never going to do it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like if you were to say like, hey, you have one of your server warehouses in, say, a city, and all of a sudden the heat in the city is breaking the grid. And you're like, hey, Amazon, can you just power down for like a month, for a couple of days while we get through this heat wave? Not possible. And so there you go. Anyways.
No one's shutting down Bitcoin. Like same way Amazon. Amazon's not shutting down. Bitcoin's not shutting down.
No, they're not going to shut down. But there's been multiple different miners that have been requested to shut down per government or whatever. And
just asking, or are they like bringing guns? Because government likes to ask with guns. Typically, that's how they enforce their regulations, guys.
Well, we got guns too.
That's right. You're not shutting down.
I'm more curious on the whole subsidy thing, right? So the commission is ordering for the subsidy to stop being paid. If you're not familiar with how that works, so take Texas for example. The Texas, the ERCOT, which is the company, the power grid in Texas. They have a deal with the miners. When usage gets high, or when they need that extra usage from the grid, they will ask the miners to unplug from the network, but subsidize the money they were going to make and essentially cut them a check and say, here, we know you're going to lose money by unplugging, but here's money from us to you to subsidize the money you're going to lose. So that happens in Europe as well. And so now the commission is asking them to stop the subsidies also. So it's like, turn them off, and we're not going to pay you. What are your thoughts on that, Robin?
Well, they also get into agreements when they set up as well. I did pull up. So here you have a couch. So Texas governor asked crypto miners to shut down if the grid appears to fail. So in all, and these are all just and these miners work with the governments, and we saw a lot of this at Bitcoin Miami. With they had a keynote speech with Bitmain, and then also a couple other people on the mining council, and they're talking about the flexibility with their miners and how they work with the government. That if there is a situation where they need to conserve a little energy for the grid, they can power down, and can even be at peak hours, so they can power down between, like, say, 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Just to alleviate some of the pressures on the grid, and then as soon as that time window is over, they boot back up. So
Interesting.
Amazon will never do that.
nah, 100%. And then also some other things going on in the world here. If you've been paying attention and you have looked at Twitter or anything out there, you have any like big social media platforms. We've been discussing. They've been discussing the.
Mais là, depuis que ça touche, voilà, à l'inflation et à
France.
salaire,
So there's
je me sens
protests
vraiment,
going on in France,
impliquée dans le mouvement.
and basically they're protesting over inflation. And so, is this something we're going to start seeing here in the U.S.? People are getting more vocal and upset about when it comes to the
With
rising
tens of
inflation.
thousands of activists and
here's a
supporters
little
of
clip
different
here.
left-wing political parties in France, the organizers of this demonstration are calling it a success. It was called for by the NUPES coalition, presided by former presidential candidate Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who gave a speech and called on the government to impose taxes on super profits, those profits made by energy companies due to the increase of oil and gas prices. One of the main demands as well is raising all salaries in France. We know that inflation in France has hit 5.6% last month, and they are also calling for setting a maximum limit on food prices, because inflation of food prices has hit 9.9%. This is a record in the history of France. Now, the
So a couple of things going on in France. So one, you have setting price limits when it comes to food. Also, there's a big strike going on.
How does that work, though?
So
How does that work?
Hear this one out. Okay, check this one out. So this is what's going on in France right now. There is a power company out there. It's called Total Energy, and so this power company is in record-breaking profits. Obviously, the price of energy has exploded, has went up, and you know what? The power company is making a lot of money off of it. And so they have a union there, and the union is trying to fight for a 10% pay raise, right? Now, whether or not you feel like they deserve 10% or not, you can look at the inflation and be like, hey, they're just adjusting for the cost of living. So anyways, there's the big strikes out there. And with the energy crisis that they're approaching with winter coming, and the demand for energy and the lack of supply due to the pipelines being closed from Russia, the government is threatening. Hear this out. The government is threatening to fine and prosecute people on strike if they don't go back to work. That's absolutely insane. Could you imagine if your union, you went on strike, and then, hey, you know what? They're not negotiating. You're at the negotiating table, and then the government's like, hey, you either get back to work or you're gonna imprison you, and we're gonna fine you. Like, that's absolutely this is 2022. This is France, bro.
Democracy.
This is France. Like, we ain't talking about this ain't China here, man. It's like mind blowing to me that we're even here. This is literally the cause and effect of inflation. People get pissed off.
And you said 4.9%?
4.9% on what?
That's what you said in France, the inflation?
No, I don't know what
He
He said 9.9.
Yeah,
No, he said 9. But he said food 9.9.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what the inflation number is of France. I didn't have that pulled up. But what I was saying is that the union workers were trying to get 10% raise on their salary. and they
Like,
came
yeah,
back.
nice try. Get your ass back to work.
And the thing is that the power company, Total Energy, is in record-breaking profits. And so the people that are generating, the workers that are generating the energy are just like, oh, can I get my share? And the government behind them is like, nah, man, look, we about to go energy crisis. Y'all get back to work. I won't care if you're on strike. Go back to work. Instead of putting pressure on the energy company, they put pressure on the workers and threaten them. And
I
so
mean,
this
what's
is
easier? What's easier to do? Put pressure on a $1 billion company or
hey, man,
people?
that is, bro. And
Dude,
so the one last thing before we move on, just look at these streets, bro. These protests are crazy.
That's good.
Look at that, bro. These things are like, look how many people that is nuts. And it's funny that this isn't even getting played on a lot of. You're not seeing this on mainstream media. I mean, you can find it. You can find it if
mainstream media show people coming together.
you could find it if you go out looking for it. But it ain't news grabbing like the January 6th insurrection, which I'm not in favor of by any means. But I'm just saying that certain things get put in your face right away, and then things of where people are coming together to fight governmental
Tyranny.
bodies and tyranny. Yeah, like that's a non-story, bro. I think it's funny, man,
I'm not
how
surprised.
media like pushes certain narratives forward. But anyways, that's all I got.
All right. So yeah, Jimmy did mention Shanghai, and they did launch the testnet. So don't have that covered, but maybe we'll cover it tomorrow if there's some more news. But we do have something else to cover. One of the largest retailers in the world, Walmart. Their chief technology officer is extremely bullish on crypto and blockchain. The source from beincrypto.com. Walmart CTO Suresh Kumar said that crypto will play a major role in disrupting payments. Kumar is working to streamline cryptos for customers who eventually will be able to pay online with cryptocurrency. And he also said that the underlying blockchain could also be used to improve customer experience as well as optimize its supply chain. Now, it's important to remember Walmart currently does use blockchain to optimize its supply chain and tracking. Going back to customer experience, he talks about, he went on to talk about in the article how the metaverse is starting to carve out a niche role, especially with the younger generation. And he sees moving forward more virtual augmented reality shopping. And so crypto payments and blockchain blow every other payment infrastructure out of the water when it comes to that, even cash. So this is what the CTO of Walmart is saying. Rob? That's no question, just general. What are your thoughts? Are we seeing a race to like who's going to adopt crypto and blockchain first, whether it be Amazon, Walmart, Microsoft? I know they're kind of in different sectors, but like,
Well, here's the thing. Walmart has a big role in online shopping. And, we've discussed it before. Who's probably going to get into crypto first is people that have an online marketplace. Why not transact with a digital money?
what is taking Amazon so long, bro?
The profits. They have a ton of profits. And you know what? Their business model as it is now has been extremely effective and nobody's even close to them. And so why change the business model at this point? I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that if you're asking me a question, why haven't they changed? Well, they're the leader on online sales. But if they don't change, if they don't adopt this emerging technology when it comes to crypto payments, other people are going to step up. And maybe they identify and they come in a little later. But maybe it takes somebody like, maybe it takes a big competitor, one of their biggest competitors, Walmart, to integrate crypto payments and facilitate blockchain technology. And in doing so, if you see they get a big run up in sales and profits, I mean, just imagine if they launch crypto as a form of payment, metaverse, however you want to, whatever sector you want to, just say underlying technology, they go in that sector. And then all of a sudden, Walmart has, Q4 profits. What do you think Amazon's going to do?
I mean,
they're going to follow suit, man.
that's the beauty of competition, guys, is in a free market, is if you have one or two monopolies, there's no like people don't have the incentive to continue to get better and to continue to like expand, right? But when you have a free market, Amazon's going to look at Walmart and say, damn, like since they adopted crypto and blockchain, their revenues have gone up, their blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to be like, well, shit, we got to jump on this train too. Versus if it was just a monopoly, like, so yeah. But it's coming. I mean, you can't tell me that Amazon is going to look at how they currently track their supply chain, how they currently track revenue, payments, whatever the case. Like the fee they pay to Visa, MasterCard, and Amex is ridiculous. That right there can bring inflation down by 1.5%, 2%.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the metaverse for Walmart. So we had a little. Remember we played a video a while ago.
Yeah.
So guys, check out. This is the Walmart experience here. Rocco got sound up here on this one. So taking a look at this here.
I remember
This
video.
is comical.
Great.
This was janky.
Looks like you need a good wine pairing.
Yep.
Take a look to your right.
So this is.
I mean, it's a cool concept, dude. It's a cool concept.
So yeah, you pick up your
Your age has
groceries
already been
from the
pre-verified
so
for
you
your
push your
profile.
cart around in
So
the
no need to
metaverse
wait
in the
for an
same
ID
way
check.
that you would
Just
for
place the
in
item
real life,
whenever you're
and you go down the aisles and you grab stuff you want, and then at the end of this, when you're done, one of the shoppers goes into the physical store, pulls your items, and then they deliver it to your house. So I think there is potential there. This right here does seem a little creepy, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. You get a creepy vibe?
You know what? I got a creepy vibe. Gary Gensler's in the chat.
Is he Gary Gensler?
His watch.
So, you know, which also, if you follow us on Twitter, we also had this is what goes wrong when you go shopping in the metaverse. So this is this is
That's fine.
this is not Walmart. This is hey, there's a toilet seat. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll just you know, it won't fit in the shopping cart. So you know, just throw it. Yeah, Santa, F you, Santa. And then you just roll this cart around. And you're like, oh, that's a nice little boombox right there. No. You got all these like, no, these ladies want to fight you. You beat up Santa, they're mad, bro. They're like, yeah. Get this bowling ball, bro. Let's go.
Oh my god!
You gotta love that. Yeah.
Where
Watch
did you find
that.
this picture from, dude? It's funny.
Down in the
Down in the deep depths of the
deep
internet.
depths of social media.
Oh man,
And all kinds of weird stuff. So.
we have a couple of new people. You want to
It
give a
was
shout out
like
for
a
move on?
Grand Thief Walmart.
All right, so we got a couple new people here in the chat today. We have Frank J. We also have CLX, and then Kush up in here.
Gary.
Whoop whoop.
And then
Gary Gensler.
Gary Gensler in here. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So.
Gary the Gun. All right, last thing I want to talk about before we stop. We talked about Cardano, and I want to continue to talk about Cardano. And so their weekly development report came out. So these are some of the key highlights on the left. Ongoing work on core technology improvements. Their upcoming Daedalus release to resolve a minimum fee calculation issue. Also improved Marlowe CLI and contracts with reference scripts tested on the mainnet. The hybrid registration for Mithril stake pool operators are being released, and the Fund 9 successful projects are undergoing a proof of life process. Currently, to date, there are 102 projects that have been launched on Cardano, with another 1,120 that are building. There's over 3,400 Pluto scripts, 6.4 million native tokens, and 51.8 million total transactions. I know some of you who are Cardano defectors, or whatever that term is, detractors, defect, whatever. You're going to say, well, if all this is happening and all these transactions and this and that, why isn't the price moving? They don't care about the price. They don't have 40% of their tokens, and I know I'm exaggerating here, being held by venture capital and founders and this and that to pump up the price of the coin. They're actually building something that's going to take time. And so if your time horizon isn't at least, I would say, 5 years, then don't invest in Cardano. It's going to bore you. You're going to sit there and it's going to sit at 36 cents and go to 45 cents. And when everything's rallying by 20%, it'll be up by 2-3%. Nothing exciting. So if you're just about price and making money, don't buy Cardano. If you're into actual what crypto was meant and what blockchain was meant to do, then you should definitely buy Cardano, not financial advice, of course. So yeah. What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on
no,
this?
I think I would be a little hesitant when saying that they don't care about price. You know what? Price, especially in a proof of stake ecosystem, price is decentralization. The more money you have tied up into a proof of stake network, the more secure it is. And so price does bring stability into security in a proof of work scenario. With that said, Charles has been pretty adamant. They're not in the short term. They're not really concerned about price. They're not having some price targets and talking about burning to inflate a price.
He hates that question.
So that's not really what they're about. But they're just building. And you know what? If you build a good product, if you build something that will get utilization through the mass population, then the price is going to go up long term anyways. And as you were showing there, they are building. That's what you do in the bear market. You build in the bear market, and you know what? As an investor, what you want to do is you want to identify the projects that are building, that are making leaps and strides and partnerships in the bear market. Identify those, find a good entry point, and then DCA in. Remember, DCA is not a DCA all day. It's a DCA when it's right, and it's a DCA out when it's better. And so everyone always says hodl. That's stupid. You know what? If you're thinking about it as a straight of 401k, sure. You know what? If you're going to put in $300 into a 401k every month and just hope that if you beat inflation and you have enough money to retire, take that 300, put it into something that has more returns, something that has future disruptive technology like crypto, DCA into something like that. Have to be Cardano, Bitcoin. But outside of that strategy, look for the best times to get in. And then when you make a profit, get yourself something. Go, but you know what? If you have, let me tell you something. If you have a house and you have $150,000 mortgage, $300,000 mortgage. If you're looking at your Bitcoin portfolio or your crypto portfolio and you're at $500,000, take some profits and pay off your damn house. Like seriously.
He's right.
Like at some point, like don't
Not financial advice.
Don't be that old guy that's dead with tons of debt that didn't take any profit.
But you'll have tons of Bitcoin.
That's right.
Don't forget about
Yeah, but make sure you pass on that seed phrase to somebody.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of lost Bitcoin in the ethos. I'm just saying that, guys, we're here to live, And if you squeeze
ain't here
every
for
penny,
a long time. We're here
you
for a
squeeze
good time.
every penny of it, and you know what? I could sell my house right now, and I could go live in North Las Vegas, and a very cheap apartment.
live in North Las
and
Vegas.
I could, have more money to invest in. But no, you know what? I'm gonna live a little bit. I'm gonna have a decent house. I'm not gonna go in way over my head in debt. But you know what?
Why? It's fun.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that, like, I could sell my car and take the bus and take all the profits by Bitcoin. Yes, you could do that. But I'm just saying, live a little. Get in. Find a good entry point. Right now is a good entry point. Pick a project. Top 100. Throw a dart. Throw some cash in there. Not a financial advice. Cash out on the way up. That's it, man. It's simple. Stop overanalyzing everything. Anyways.
With that being said,
Yeah.
Tom Crown said, so you're saying invest in Sin City Crypto? Yes, 100%. Speaking of investing in Sin City Crypto, if you are not a member of our channel, which I think I've literally, oh, there you go, one person. This link to that is in the description of this video if you want to support the channel. Also, follow us on social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Join our Discord, Community Ran Discord. Check out our merch store. You can find this shirt. You can find Robin's shirt. You can find, is that the hat from the merch store? No, you cannot find the hat, but there's other hats.
Look at that hairdo, bro.
There is other hats. All right, guys, that'll do it for our show today. Rocco?
That's it.
Finger tornado. Let's
Thanks,
go.
guys.
Friends, family. Friends and family and family and friends. We thank you so much for joining us. Also, big thank you to our man Mike for joining us.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you, Mike.
Go check out his website and check out Sin City Crypto tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Las Vegas, Pacific Standard Time.
Thursday, we got Rice TV in the building, in studio. Friday, we got Crypto Blood in studio. And watch out for this weekend. We're going to be putting coverage together from the Litecoin Summit. So go check that out as well. So, there you go.
Take us out.
There we go.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, it was, oh shit.